Hey, this is Matthew.
And this is Andrea.
And welcome to Nerd News today. Once again, it is time for another statue review here on our channel.
Yes, as you can see, we have Marvel Avengers Endgame Ant-Man.
That's right. This is from Diamond Select as part of their Marvel Gallery series. It's PVC Diorama statue, so it's not one of the resin heavy ones. This is PVC, so it's super light. So we can do that with, and it's totally fine. I totally caught that. You just missed it. It was so fast. I put it back down. Yeah,
you're not the Flash.
fast like that.
Or Quicksilver. As you can see, it's the same window packaging as always with Diamond Select. You have it on the top, you have it on the sides, and on the back, oh, the back, you have a nifty little bio, and it tells you who designed this.
It's designed by Joe Allard and sculpted by Rocco Tartamella.
We need to talk about this bio. I have some issues with this bio. Oh, what is this bio? Oh, okay, I'm gonna go hard nerd here right now. This is the bio. Possibly the most unlikely criminal to fall into the world of the Avengers. Stop. Period. That sentence by itself is not a great sentence.
It's a sentence, all right.
It's a sentence.
That is a period there, not a comma.
No, it is grammatically a sentence. It's just a crappy one. Okay, it's just not a good sentence. If they added the comma, it might have been okay, except the sentence that comes after that is Scott's intuitiveness and determination might be what determines... We'll stop right there. So his determination determines something?
That's what that does. I always wondered.
I never knew.
I never knew how that worked.
Yeah, so Scott's intuitiveness and determination might be what determines if he's just a petty thief that fell into the right suit or a real hero. Again,
Ouch.
It's not a bad sentence. It's also not a good one. And we've read other bios on different statues, on the different statues that we've reviewed. And I'm sorry, this is probably the weakest bio that they've written. And normally I won't get that uppity about it, but this was just like...
No, thank you.
Yeah, it felt like a high schooler wrote it.
Using determined twice in the same sentence,
It's
close together especially.
And it's just the way that the sentence is structured. You know, it's just, it's not a good the sentence structure is just poor. And sorry, I just really want the best for all of these. So it really hurts when I see something like this.
It is pretty painful.
Grammatically, it is technically correct. Okay, so please don't be up our butts about it. But it's just not a good bio. And yeah, I wish they gave a little bit more info on, on what Ant-Man was doing.
It seems like it was written by someone who had no idea who Ant-Man really was.
Yeah, it just feels weak sauce all around.
Yes, this is some very weak sauce.
Yeah, like I said, I just wish they also just gave us a heads up as to what's Ant-Man doing in the movie, because, he played a very specific role.
Especially when you look at what he's wearing. But we'll get to that in a second, because I think at this point it's time to get him out of this packaging and take a look at him from all angles.
Yes. And we're back, and Ant-Man is out of his box.
Yeah, so here he is, and so the interesting thing about Ant-Man is he's definitely the smallest of all the Endgame statues.
As he should be.
As he should be, because he's in this crouching position. I think the last time we reviewed any of these crouching type poses was the Black Widow pose.
Yeah, but also he's Ant-Man, so he should be the smallest of the statues.
Yeah, he actually gets a pass on this one, to be honest. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. In fact, I almost wonder if he actually is shrunken down at this point.
Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like he actually is at this point already shrunken. Or he could be, if he's not shrunken, I want to say like he's on the time travel machine, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't remember what that actually looked like.
No, that's not what the base was, but still, I get where you're going with that.
Yeah, but he is in that quantum suit.
Yes.
Which is cool, so he is in that. And it's really nice looking across all angles, like there's some good texture on this, right?
Sorry, I just noticed this. I'm trying not to be a perv, but the texture on his butt, on the cheeks, is very different than around him. Sorry.
That's the thing you just said.
Yep, I said that. I stand by it.
But you being the texture stickler, I mean, there's a lot. Like, he's got it different texture on the pants, on the head, on the shoulders even.
I mean, the shoulders, yeah, everything. It's just, this is texture palooza.
Really is.
I appreciate the hell out of it, yeah.
So I'll be honest here, I don't actually like the quantum suits that much. I think they're a little boring. But in the statue form especially, like when you see all the texture, and it's not painted texture, three-dimensional texture that's sculpted onto it, it definitely adds a lot more to it and makes me actually like it.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I have nothing nothing against the suits per se, but they're not the most exciting. You know, they're just not. But in statue form, it's pretty cool. I can dig it with all the different elements, and this is part of why texture is important, because it's giving you a lot of different layers and dimension. So if they didn't add all that texture into it, this would be a horrible statue.
Maybe very boring statue, yeah. I also like the helmet a lot. I actually have always liked the Ant-Man helmet. All the helmet designs in the Marvel movies have been actually really good.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of all of them, and Ant-Man's especially is one that I'm fond of, and I think it's, they totally nailed it on that regard.
I really like the helmet. I think the helmet is great, and it's Ant-Man, so it's, kind of needed. It's pretty awesome, but given the color scheme of the suit, with the color scheme of the helmet, it's almost a little one note for me, and I think part of me would have really liked it if maybe we saw a little bit of Scott's face. Like it was in, like he had opened it up so he still had the helmet on and you just see the Paul Rudd face or something. Because, I don't know, I just feel like I really like the statue, but at the same time I also feel like it's a little lacking when you compare it to some of the other statues.
Yeah. I actually wouldn't have minded if, I guess we're going to go into the paint job a little bit now, is if the helmet was more metallic. Because it is definitely a different type of paint. It is a slightly metallic paint, but it's got a heavy wash over it to kind of dull it down. I wish it was maybe a little bit brighter, popped a little bit more. Because again, there's like a lot of gray and cool tones in this already. And even with that red, it doesn't really help it pop out that much, because he's got red in his helmet as well.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Also, it's not popping as much as I would like it to. Is really what it comes down to. I mean, overall, it's a great statue, but there's just a little something missing. It's missing that little extra.
The one thing that does pop is on his wrist, and that's like the most colorful bit there. So I believe this part here is what does the time travel, and that looks really nice. And again, that's because it's such a big contrast to everything else on the statue.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about, the popping.
Yeah, so I mean, one thing I actually really wish they had done was the eyes. So you can see the eyes, like they kind of glow. They don't glow, but they kind of, again, have a little bit of a brighter shade. I wish the eyes really popped.
Oh, that would have been nice.
That would have been really great, because especially with this pose and the type of helmet that it is, it kind of has a big brow.
Yeah.
So you don't get to see the eyes as much, and I wish they kind of just lit up, but that
would be cool.
That's not going to be possible on a statue at this price point.
No, but there probably were other things that they could have done to help make it pop a little bit more.
Yeah, and it is a different type of red paint, too. It's not the same red that's on his uniform. It is a glossier red, so a little bit brighter would have helped it pop a little bit more.
Yeah. I guess that's what we're both really kind of saying. It's just really good, but missing the pop.
Yeah, and same with the base, too. The base is a very nice base.
I really like the base.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I like the base a lot.
I would love to see that base on more things, because it just looks really nice.
Yeah, that just looks fancy.
Like, I wonder if this is meant to be like a button that he's on or a console. I'm not, again, I'm not sure if he's already shrunken or if he's got to shrink or what this actually scene is supposed to be from. But whatever that is, it's just nice. This looks really nice. But again, it is dark. So it's just kind of like, I feel like this is one of those statues that's not as interesting in some ways. And because of like the pose and the size of him, in this pose and the colors, he just kind of like would end up off to the side anyway.
Yeah. I gotta be honest though. I mean, I gotta be honest, since if I'm remembering the movie correctly, the suits are actually white. So
there's debates with that.
It's whitish. It's a brighter color than this gray.
Yeah, I would agree it's a little bit brighter.
And that also would have probably lent itself to helping the statue. Like, I would never want to say do it white. That's not gonna help it. But a brighter, lighter gray probably would have helped really kind of make it stand out a little bit more too.
Yeah. For me, it's like with Ant-Man in Endgame, he was actually pretty critical.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
We wouldn't have had Endgame without him.
Yeah, he's actually really important in the story, and I feel like the statue, now, again, looking at the bio that was in the box and looking at his pose and everything, like, figuratively and literally, they've diminished his role.
I don't like that, because I understand that, he was, second wave? Was he second or third wave? Something like that. No, he was second wave. So, maybe they were thinking, he's not A-team kind of stuff. But his role was so important. Like, he was vital to the movie, so I feel like, yeah, I agree with you on, it feels like he was a little bit not cared for as much as he could have been.
Which is too bad, because it's actually a really nice statue. This was, when I first saw it, the one I was like, meh about. And there was definitely some annoyances that we had with it, as you saw. But at the end of the day, it's actually
a really
pretty
nice,
good. It's actually pretty great.
I really, really like it.
Didn't plan on liking it, to be honest. And It's actually redeemed itself a lot. Like, I gotta say, despite the pose being like, I don't like when they pose these guys crunch down like this as much, but it's actually just a really nice sculpting job. So I mean, it's pretty nice.
This part right here is so sharp.
Oh yeah, diamond statues you can kill people with.
Oh my gosh.
Even the PVC ones. There's always a deadly element in them somewhere.
I know.
Thank
you, Diamond.
If you can't bludgeon somebody, you could stab them with it. So it's one or the other.
Yeah. Sometimes it's both.
Yeah.
Depends on which one.
Those are the good statues.
Overall, really solid work. I mean, great sculpt. Small issues in terms of really making it stand out as much as it could. But really no real complaints other than that. I mean, it's just a really good statue.
Yeah, I actually, like I said, I had my doubts about this one. This would have been a pass for me initially, but now actually getting a better look at it, I think it's definitely very worthy of adding to the collection. If you've been buying the rest of the series, you got to get the Ant-Man.
Yes, absolutely. You can't skip him.
So that's our look at the Diamond Select Marvel Gallery Avengers Endgame Ant-Man statue, and it's a surprisingly nice piece. So if you're looking to pick this guy up, you can get it from Diamond Select's website, or you can go through Amazon, and you can use our affiliate links below in the description, which help us out and don't cost you anything extra. So on that note, I'm Matthew.
I'm Andrea.
Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you guys next time here in Nerd News Today.